SISU 2 2025. Deep in the frozen wilderness of Lapland, Atami Korpi lives quietly after the brutal events of the First War. Peace never lasts for a man forged by violence, and whispers of buried Nazi gold reach criminal syndicates across Europe. When a ruthless mercenary group crosses into Finland, they leave villages burned and innocent blood behind. Atami, haunted by memories of war, is forced back into action when he discovers they have stolen a map leading to the last untouched gold reserve. With nothing but his rifle, knife, and iron will, Atami sets out once more, determined to protect his homeland from another wave of evil. The mercenaries, led by the cold and calculating Victor Stahl, believe the gold will give them unlimited power in the shattered post-war underworld. They kidnap local villagers to force them to guide their convoy through dangerous snow-covered terrain. Atami follows their tracks silently, leaving no trace except fallen enemies. Each ambush becomes more brutal as Victor realizes someone unstoppable is hunting them. Despite freezing winds and blinding snowstorms, Atami's determination never breaks. His SISU, the unyielding Finnish spirit, drives him forward as he rescues prisoners one by one. Fear begins spreading through the mercenary ranks like a deadly winter plague. One night, Atami attacks a fortified camp using traps built from scrap metal and old explosives. Flames light up the sky as mercenaries fall into hidden pits and tripwires. Victor barely escapes, now fully aware that Korpi is still alive. Meanwhile, Atami meets Alina, a young resistance fighter whose family was killed by the mercenaries. She joins him, offering knowledge of secret mountain paths. Together, they plan to intercept the gold transport before it reaches the border. Though Atami works alone, Alina's courage reminds him that the fight is bigger than revenge. It is about protecting future generations. As the convoy moves deeper into the frozen wasteland, Victor orders brutal measures to slow their pursuer. Landmines explode behind Atami, but he pushes forward through the pain. Alina proves her worth by disabling traps and guiding them safely across icy rivers. They discover that Victor plans to sell the gold to international arms dealers, threatening global chaos. The stakes become far greater than Finnish soil alone. Atami's war instincts awaken fully, turning him into a ghost in the snow. One by one, the mercenary vehicles fall, leaving burning wreckage scattered across the white tundra like black scars of corruption. Victor retreats to an abandoned Nazi bunker hidden beneath a frozen hill, storing the stolen gold inside thick steel vaults. Atami and Alina sneak inside through forgotten underground tunnels. The bunker is filled with echoes of the past, reminding Atami of horrors he once survived. Heavy gunfire erupts as mercenaries flood the corridors. Atami fights with ruthless precision, using shadows and tight spaces to his advantage. Alina covers him with a rifle, proving her own strength. Together, they push deeper into the bunker, knowing that this final battle will decide whether evil triumphs or the Finnish spirit stands victorious once again. Inside the bunker's main chamber, Victor confronts Atami, mocking him for being a relic of a dead war. The two exchange brutal blows, their fists and knives clashing with deadly force. Victor's men surround them, but Alina triggers a massive explosion, collapsing parts of the bunker and trapping everyone inside. Smoke fills the air as chaos erupts. Atami uses the confusion to eliminate the remaining guards. Victor, wounded but still dangerous, escapes deeper into the tunnels. Refusing to let him flee, Atami chases after him, fueled by a burning desire to end this nightmare forever and protect countless innocent lives. The chase leads into a frozen underground river beneath the bunker. Ice cracks beneath their feet as Victor and Atami battle again, slipping and striking in deadly silence. Victor reveals his greed drove him to betray everyone he ever trusted, while Atami speaks little, letting his actions answer instead. Alina arrives just in time to save Atami from a fatal shot. Together, they corner Victor on a thin sheet of ice. With one final act of defiance, Victor tries to shoot Alina, but Atami throws his knife, sending Victor plunging into the icy depths below, where greed finally claims him forever. With Victor gone, Atami and Alina escape the collapsing bunker, carrying only a small portion of the gold as evidence. Authorities later seize the rest, dismantling the criminal network Victor built. Alina decides to rebuild her village using the recovered resources, honoring those who were lost. Atami, wounded but alive, watches the sun rise over the snowy hills. For the first time, he feels something close to peace. The land he fought for still stands, free from those who would exploit it. Though violence follows him like a shadow, Atami knows he will always rise when darkness threatens the innocent. News of the mysterious warrior spreads again, turning Atami into a legend whispered across Europe. Criminal organizations begin fearing the frozen north, knowing death waits there for those who bring cruelty. Alina remains in contact with Atami, providing intelligence if new threats appear. While he prefers solitude, Atami understands that his role as protector has not ended. His scars remind him of every battle survived. Each morning, he sharpens his knife and prepares for whatever comes next. The gold no longer matters, only justice and survival remain. In the endless winter, Atami Corpi stands as an unbreakable force against evil. As snow gently falls across the silent wilderness, Atami walks into the unknown, his footsteps disappearing behind him. Though his body bears the weight of countless battles, his spirit remains unshaken. The world may continue to fall into chaos, but wherever tyranny rises, he will answer. Alina watches from afar, knowing Finland still has its silent guardian. SISU is not just a word, it is the heart of Atami Corpi, a man who refuses to surrender. With the gold gone and enemies defeated, hope quietly returns to the land. And as long as he lives, the frozen north will never bow to darkness.